Republican strategist and CBS News contributor Frank Luntz watched the debate with a focus group of Republican voters. Their dial test reveals how the group reacted to what the candidate said. Participants respond second by second and phrase by phrase, twisting a dial. The green line represents the moderate Republicans in the group. The red line represents conservative Republicans. The higher the lines go, the more favorable the reaction. Frank Luntz is with us now from Washington. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me begin with Senator Cruz. How well did that do?
It did the best of anything that I have tested since I started doing debate testing in 1996. It got up to a 97 and 98 out of 100. To put it in perspective, we had 26 people in our Fox News group. 24 out of the 26 was giving him a perfect 100. Now, he goes and he lists all the different questions, and I want to point out, he never looks down at his notes. He never has to refer to any text. He remembers every single question that every reporter asked, and people were stunned by that capability. But they reacted even more favorably to the fact that he said enough is enough, that these are biased questions. And one more point, Charlie, one of the biggest complaints is that the questions went too long. In several circumstances, the questions were even longer than the responses that the candidates were allowed.
Yeah, clearly the candidates mixed it up with the moderators quite a bit last night. We saw some vintage Chris Christie telling it like it is. Let's take a look at let's take a look at that moment, Frank, and then get back to you about what that showed on the dial test.
Well, there's no evidence that they can fix anything in Washington, D.C.
What should we do?
What we should do is to be investing in all types of energy, John. All types of energy. And I've laid out...
Meaning government?
No, John. John, do you want me to answer or you want to answer? How are we going to do it? Because I got to tell you the truth. Even in New Jersey, what you're doing is called rude. So...
Frank, the lines went up there, too.
Yes, and it's whoever thought that New Jersey would be the epitome of how people should behave. But Chris Christie had a great night last night because he played on the intensity of conservative voters, of Republican voters who've had enough of Washington and had enough of the Democrats. And Christie's strategy wasn't to focus on attacking the other candidates on stage. It was to focus on challenging Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, and he did it very successfully by being to the point, by being blunt, and frankly, by being Chris Christie.
The reviews are almost universal this morning that Senator Marco Rubio had an excellent night. Let's play this clip where he talks about Democrats, the mainstream media, and Hillary Clinton.
Now, the Democrats have the ultimate super PAC. It's called the mainstream media. Who every single day, and I'll tell you why. Last week, Hillary Clinton went before a committee. She admitted she had emails to her family saying, hey, this attack in Benghazi was caused by al-Qaeda-like elements. She spent over a week telling the families of those victims and the American people that it was because of a video. And yet the mainstream media is going around saying it was the greatest week in Hillary Clinton's campaign. It was the week she got exposed as a liar. It was the week that she got exposed as a liar. But she has her super PAC helping her out, the American mainstream media.
Talk about that, Frank.
Yes, so Rubio's got the perfect formation in a debate. You begin, the first sentence is what everybody wants to hear. Then you tell them what they need to know, and then you close with what everybody wants to hear. The key is the first 20 words and the last 20 words. And nobody is a better debater, including Ted Cruz. No one's a better debater than Marco Rubio because it's plain speaking, and it's clearly not rehearsed. And he took on some of the toughest challenges, some very tough questions. But he always had a solid beginning and a solid end, and that's why voters liked him.
What did your group say about the exchange between Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush?
Big mistake for Jeb Bush, and I don't understand why the candidate with one of the highest unfavorability ratings would go after the candidate with one of the highest favorability ratings. They thought that Jeb Bush was doing the job of the moderators. They thought that it was an unfair attack. It almost sounded like the Democrats had been invited into the debate, and Rubio had an answer for him, challenged him. Never try to kill the king, never try to go after the king unless you can kill him. Jeb Bush is weaker today because of it, and I've heard last night, based on responses I was getting, personal responses, that there are some big Bush fundraisers who are now looking to move over to Rubio.
All right, Frank Luntz, thank you.
Thank you.